Hari Om all. Today is the 14th class, 14th session of Tattvabodha of Adi Shankaracharya. And this is the 17th talk of 18th talk of Guruji about Sathya and Mithya. And before that, going into the talk, as it was mentioned in the group, that we will just discuss on how we have applied the sadhana, the Shat Sampatti in our life. Like maybe in 15 days, what are all the things that we could in a minimal quantity, how could we change ourselves, or are we aware of it? All this can be seen. So let us just take the blessings of Guruji and then start with the session. It is all close our eyes and just for a moment we can be with ourselves. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tatpadam Darshitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha, Shankaracharya Madhyama, Asmadacharya Paryanta, Vande Guru Parampara. नारायण समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंता वंदे गुरु परंपरा. So we will just go with how each of you could relate to what revision was done on the Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Uparti, Shraddha, and Samadhana. So how could you relate in 15 days all those that has been learned? Though the practically oriented questions, the scenario-based questions were asked in the previous session, but this time it is better that how you could just relate to those aspects that has been learned. If at all each of you can take the turn and then tell, it would be really good. Maybe let us start with our newcomer, Bhartish ji.
Relating that application, I am not more aware of that. I need to learn regarding application, but I have studied that all the Shat Sampati. I will make note of it, but I need to see that video, recorded video that last week. I have to revise it, and I want to. Still, I am in learning process.
Yes, yes. I can understand because
This
you
I
have
have
not
make
done.
an I have make a note of all that Shat Sampatis, Shamadama, Titiksha, Uparamasa, Samadhana, and what another Shraddha. All those things I have make note of it. But when we come to implementation part, that scenario based what you are taken and discuss, that I need to ponder on it more, and I didn't get still I'm not been able to implement that in practical that that moment, that the knowledge is not coming at that moment, and I am not able to what, implement it. I need to learn it. That's it.
Very nicely said, because you're so frank that you are not able to implement, you're not getting there, you're not remembering it. So that means to say that it must be settled within you and then you should start applying it.
Yes.
So understanding is one thing, then assimilating is another thing, and then applying it is another. Shravana-manana-nidhidhyasana. So that takes time because as you joined late and it requires a little more time. Just because you were new, I just asked you in the first itself. It's okay, sir. You can just take your time and then. But only thing is, it must be applied in our life. Is what we must have it in our mind. It's not just the theory part that is learning and then forgetting, or maybe even if that knowledge is there, that will not be sufficient to
Yes.
reach the goal. The purpose of life has to be understood very well. So for that, application is very important. Implementation of what is learned is very important. So this is all practical. The Shamadama, Titiksha, all those are practically applicable. So that is all. Some are theoretical wherein we cannot be using it, but these are the ones which has to be used so that we can go inward and have the peace of mind and we can be aware of ourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Siri.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Jai Shri ji.
Yes, madam.
So how could you, in 15 days of time, how could you just use the learned 6 qualities of sadhana? Any moment that you remembered, oh, this is what has been learned, this is what I understood. This is how, at least thinking of applying itself is more than enough.
I think, yes, madam. On Ugadi festival, we used to follow so many rituals, and I used to scold everyone for that. Adu maadu, idu maadu, adu tago, hig maadu, hag maadu. Of course, we are used to it, and we are doing it from a very long time. This time, I told myself I'm not going to force anyone. Anything I will not tell. I'll just remind them today is Ugadi festival, and we have to do this step. ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ follow ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, everything is left to them. It was something I learned from this. It is inside us which is more important, not the outer side.
Correct, correct. So how did you feel doing that?
I'm only inside, madam. ಮೊದಲು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಬಿಫೋರ್ somebody if they don't follow us, and we used to scold and we used to have a quarrel, and that is not very good also. After in that moment we also quarrel with them, and they also shout at us. And what happens, the sanctity of the mind, the God, and whatever we want it to be will be lost.
Very true.
So this time and afterwards we only regret. So ಆತರ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. That control, I think I was able to achieve on that day. I'm quite happy.
Very nice to hear, ma'am. Because this is what is very much needed, and this is what Guruji is giving us all. So that moment wherein you found that whatever was being done, the quarrel or whatever, due to stress of so much of work, maybe that is what is being done.
Yes, madam. And that too, especially for the ladies, everything they blame on us only. A small thing also we are all responsible, and a bigger thing also we are only responsible.
So how did you feel after following that, maybe just controlling and letting it go? How did you feel? I think there is a network.
Actually, usually during so much drained we feel ourselves. At the end of the day, we don't feel like going to the temple, wearing new clothes. Those things we keep aside. ಏನೋ ಹಬ್ಬ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಸಾಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು we used to get to that conclusion and sit quietly. This time I was able to read some good things, madam. ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಗೆ ನಮ್ ಆತ್ಮ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಿಕ್ತು. And that is more important, I think so.
Really very nice to hear this.
That need not but for the festival.
So each day this is what is to be followed. It is not only festival, because festival has so much of stress and so much of work. Then we are conscious of not getting irritated or stressed out. So even on the normal days also, if we apply all this, we can be even more, the mind can be even more silent and peaceful.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. And that
Thank you so
helps in our health benefits also. We will get
yes.
it. No, madam.
So, as you said, it is the inner peace that we need, and how we are inside is what we need to understand basically. So, you just understood that
Yes, madam.
internally you will get irritated or stressed out and you get angry. So, that you took care and you could manage it very well, and you are the one who is getting satisfaction out of it. So, you did it for yourself.
Yes, madam.
Very nice to
Yes,
share.
madam.
Thank you so much for sharing this.
For time being, I was happy. Thank you, madam.
Sudhaji, is there anything, Bharatish ji, that you wanted to tell?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I observed in this 1 week that that whatever the first we that viveka, that whatever you are sharing, it is sharpening our intellect. These are the our viveka gets sharpened every time when we listen something, and the to apply dhamma and shama, all those things. I observed that first we have to detach, then only we can apply it. By attaching it, we cannot have controlling our mind. It's not, I observed that it is quite impossible. So withdrawing, when we withdraw from the situations or from the people's opinions, people's words, or from situations, then we can easily apply that dhamma and sama. But I experienced that it's more important that we need to detach. And in our workplace also, many times lot of work pressures comes, and at the moment we detach from that, all the words, all the circumstance what we are facing, and when we detach from that all the things, then our mind gets some ideas, some how to handle it, that all ideas will come. By attaching with that, we cannot, as ma'am said, we cannot handle it. That's
Hmm.
what I want to add it.
Very nice, sir. Did you experience that, sir? In the
Yes,
maybe.
yes. I've been experiencing in
Hmm.
my office workplace. I've been
Hmm.
experiencing,
Hmm.
since I am into the construction field. There is lot of work issues,
Hmm.
employments, layman work issues, everything's.
Hmm. Hmm.
The people used to, nobody used to take their blames, or any
Hmm.
something happens. Nobody will take. They want to dump it to some other another person's. Then at that time when we take that words, and immediately when where there is no mistakes from our side, and we'll get that things,
Hmm.
and we suddenly will trigger. But at that time when I practice, whenever whatever they said, I just detach from, I can handle it gracefully. I found that I can handle. But the
Hmm.
moment I think, they see, since they have said, see how come can blame me without asking me, or they just simply they are blaming me. And once I attach to that, in think in that way, I cannot handle myself. That moment this world is like this, nobody will take their blame for themselves, they will put on to someone. It is like that, let me handle it in a better way, let me detach first. When I thought of detaching from that words, I felt some made to respond to the our seniors to in a better way.
Hmm. Very well
Thank you.
experienced, sir, and he shared it very well also.
Yes, ma'am.
And hope this is after going through the talks of Guruji.
Yes, yes, definitely. Last week I attended that, when I was in my villages. It was quite, network was quite, but somehow the experience shared in discussion gone in the session, that I just recalled, and I saw that video, and
Hmm.
it has helped me, man.
Hmm. Yes. So the grace is falling on all of us. Whoever is coming and listening to Guruji, all of us will have grace, and we will just move forward in the direction of the spiritual path.
Yes.
So that is the blessings that we get.
Thank you.
Very well shared, Bhartish ji. Mm. Sudhaji.
Yeah. Actually, I don't have much more to say. Basically, it's just a combination of what Jayashri ji and Bhaktish ji just told, that some level of detachment we are able to practice. It's not one day or, like once in 1 month. No, every day when you're dealing with your family members, you're dealing with the people who come to work for you, or you are dealing with, someone outside, for whatever reason, there is always some kind of stress involved. And in all that, I won't say 100% I've touched, that thing, I won't say. But like both of them said, there is a certain level of detachment. And what you have to do, okay, I will do. Whether they respond or they don't respond, onus is on them. I will not let it bother me. So that first step is some level of sanity is there in our minds and hearts, and we are able to at least listen to Prabhuji's talks on a regular basis, because we have to get together and discuss all the points. So that is like a reinforcement. Like today you've done it, then tomorrow you listen to the talk, then again tomorrow and day after you find the inspiration to keep your cool. So definitely there is a change. There's no doubt about it. I can't take one single incident and say this happened, that happened. On a daily basis, I find that lot of differences happening.
So detachment or observing, being aware of what is happening itself is what is needed actually. So this is what is the simplest thing that is possible, and it is the whole control is on us. But we say, as Bhartiji said, the people who are not aware of this put the blame on others. Whatever may be the situation, the blame is of somebody else. We don't take the responsibility of what mistakes or whatever is done. So this is where being aware, standing away from the situation as an observer, that is what is very important. And it's so nice that each one of you have sincerely tried and applied and observed that this has happened, and you could relate it now. And that is something that is really useful to all of us. And again, thanks to Guruji, our gratitude to him. So now let us just start with the 18th talk, Sathya and Mithya. Jai Shri Ji,
Yes,
what is the first thing is he starts with Tattva Viveka. What is Tattva Viveka?
Madam, I did not get the question properly, madam. Can you repeat it, madam?
Tattva Viveka.
Meaning of Tattva Viveka.
Tattvabodha only. Basically, what is Tattvabodha? It's the same. So, anybody else can tell? I can ask you the next question if you want. The first.
Yes, madam. I will answer next time.
Okay. Next question you can ask. It's always okay. Bharatish ji, have you listened to the talk? Because I go with the talk itself. The same order also I go, so that it will be easy for you to get it and answer it.
Tattva Viveka, it's talks about what is Sathya. It gives what is truth. It talks about truth. That is about Tattva Viveka is going to talk about, and rest is Asatya or Mithya.
Yes, you have told it correct. Geeta ji, Hari Om, and can you add to this? We just started with this. Okay, maybe I can ask you your experience of how could you could you apply Shamadama, Titiksha, or any of those into your life, wherein you can relate that to us, and you had a good experience or bad experience, anything.
Yes, I'm applying, ma'am. Actually, I'm doing a certain self introspection. Like whenever my impulsiveness comes, irritability, like for small things, like I started like for this incident, like for this situation, the kind of the way I reacted, is it really required? Okay.
So can you take up one example wherein you literally face that and you could be aware of it and get that change in your action?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. There are a couple of incidents actually since 6 7 months I'm observing very keenly. I'm focusing. Okay. So one I will quote like um, see if there is a difference of opinion. Okay. Many a times I observed I always try to prove my point is right. Okay, the opposite person point of view, I am not at all ready to think in their line. So now I started that. Okay, I am just giving a pause. Okay, fine, and I should. And many a times, whenever this kind of impulsive thing comes into the conversation, and the opposite person also they want to uh, the same way how I am, the other person also the same. So that time what I used to get is I used to lose my temper. So now that has come down. That has come down, and I started taking certain within me it is coming. No, this is not the right way. So if the other person is fine, we have to accept the people as they are. It doesn't mean I understand certain things certain way. It doesn't mean the other person also should understand the same line. So that's not the right way. So their understanding according to their level, that is different. Okay, when you know both the things, then you just give a pause, let the things go on. So these things are.
So very nice, Geeta ji, that you've started to observe silently, and maybe you're observing your thoughts also. So all of us are
And
working
here I
on.
would like to quote, ma'am. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Here I would like to highlight a few things where, this kind of approach I started with Ramana Maharshi teachings only. Earlier, I was not like this. When I am doing the manana and I'm into Ramana's way since 1 year almost. Each and every day I am with Ramana. So that really helped me. Go internally and observe, just observe. Observe the observer. That I really love. That really helped me a lot.
Yes, this is what is
Say this.
needed.
Yes. Pardon?
Very much needed. This is what we will have to
Yes,
observe. So that is, at least be aware that we will have to observe. So here in this today's talk, we will be seeing Sathya Mithya. That takes to in another level wherein it is a little more maybe practically we are experiencing, but still we don't know what is Sathya Mithya, all those. But this Shama Dama and all that has been shared by all of you, and you told Geeta ji that Ramana Maharshi, the self-inquiry itself is what is needed, and you can do it without any assistance. Maybe you'll have to sit in a place, it need not be. You carry on your mind everywhere. How do you be an observer to the thoughts? Mind is nothing but thoughts. How do you be an observer to the thought? That is Sakshi to the thoughts is what is needed. And that awareness that is coming, that itself is something that is great and we are blessed with. So the grace is flowing from Guruji to us all. Thank you, Geeta for sharing that. And
I listened to the last talk which I not attended. No, I really loved the practical things how that whatever knowledge we are taking, how we really implementing in our day-to-day life, how it is correlating that knowledge into our day-to-day life. So that is real essence of our manana and spending time on this. So very nice, ma'am. You are doing a great job. Please continue this.
What am I doing? Who am I? Guruji has just has shown the path and just following that. That's all. What I have been given, the work to do. That is what is being done, maybe through him only. Okay. So the first question, if at all you have listened to the talk 18, Geeta ji, you can only answer what is Tattvabodha, Tattva Viveka that he has started with. The first few sentences.
Yeah. Tattvabodha is the true nature of what we are. We are Atman. Okay. And the second part, can you come again, man? The second part? I have made in it 1 minute. Yeah, knowledge of the supreme truth, ma'am. Okay. Tattvabodha is the knowledge of supreme truth. So in this, Prabhuji has taken few things to differentiate, in the awaking state what's happening and the deep sleep state what's happening.
That will come a little later.
Later,
maybe this is more than enough, I think.
Tattva Viveka is inquiry, is the essential nature.
Yes.
Viveka.
Yes.
And Tattvabodha is knowing Sathya, the supreme truth.
Yes. So inquiry into the essential nature of truth, the world, the person, everything is what is Tattvabodha, Tattva Viveka. Understanding of this is what is Tattvabodha book consists of. Viveka is our understanding, our discrimination of what is the truth and what is not truth is what we need to understand. That is what Adi Shankaracharya has given us. Sudhaji, what is Sathya?
So in this talk, Prabhuji first reads out that small thing from Tattvabodha, which is where he says that Atma alone is Satya and Tadanyat Sarvam Mithyeti. So Satya means, Prabhuji explains, that which is true, that which is there, exists all the time, irrespective of time and space. It never changes. That Prabhuji describes as Satya. If it is there today, it is not there tomorrow, then you cannot call that as Satya. And Tattvabodha says that Atma alone is Satya.
Jai Shri Ji, what is Mithya?
Yes, ma'am. Mithya is something we have experienced, but it is not there. Like in the dream state, we experience everything. We are also in that, but after the dream, it is not there. It is what you call it. Example is Nitya appears to exist for some time, but not all the time. It appears to be real, but it is not real. It is like a water, a mirage. When we go through a desert, looking at a mirage, we think it is water. But after getting near to it, it is only an illusion. And that is Nityam, sir.
Correctly said, Jai Shri Ji. Bharatish Ji, what is Asatya?
Ma'am?
What is Asatya?
Asatyam, it is not exist. That is Asatya.
Can you give the example?
It is example, it is not exist, no?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Correct.
example.
What you told is correct.
Hmm.
So actually, Guruji says that the two horns of the rabbit.
Answer a bit.
Huh, huh.
Answer.
So that is an example that has been quoted there. Because you can imagine two horns, but is it Sathya? No, it is Asatya.
Satya.
So that is how we can understand this concept. This is all conceptual, and how we can understand is something that is left to us individual. Okay. Then can you give Bharati's ji only? Can you give example of Mithya? What is
Uh,
Mithya? And, example of Mithya.
Mithya, he gave that in the dreaming state, lottery, the example
Hmm.
that Prabhuji has given the example, and
Please
another
explain that.
desert, and the desert mirage,
Hmm.
we feel like existing of water, but when we go reach there, there is no water. And in the dream state, we have got a lottery of 50 lakhs, but when we awake, that is not exist. But one time we experience it,
Hmm.
and next time there is no, it is not there,
Hmm.
and that is mithya. And he gave example that world is also mithya,
Hmm.
that we experience it, but it is not exist, means not it is exist, but eternally always not exist, it will be not there. And sometimes
Hmm.
we experience it, that is mithya.
It is. It appears, but
But
it actually doesn't appear. It disappears.
disappears.
So when we are asleep and we get dream, it appears to us as real. Whatever may be the dream, it need not be lottery, or it need not be maybe anything. It may be our own imagination that we have in the dream. Maybe whatever the day's work or whatever it is, that comes as dream. So when in that dream, it is really, maybe even you sweat sometimes and we are frightened sometimes, that awareness will come. Some or the other dream, we might have that awareness. So that means, say that, is that real? I am experiencing.
Sometimes,
Hmm.
madam, sometimes dreams also come true.
Dreams, we dream, maybe whatever has to happen, we dream and it comes true.
But again, that also will go one day.
Yes, yes.
And
So,
that,
yes.
that's it, that is mithya.
Hmm. Hmm. So whatever is not permanent, whatever is not constant, it comes and go, appears and disappears, appears and disappears. I experience and it is not there the next moment. So that is what is Mithya. Geeta ji, if at all you have gone through the video, you can tell me, because of what does the Mithya is? How is it that we perceive it as Mithya? Depending on what? Why it appears to be there, but it is not there? Why? What makes us to feel that it is appearing?
Because it's happening in the waking state.
Even in the dream state, we are aware, right?
Yeah, but in the waking state, both are happening.
Hmm.
And where we are using our mind as well as our karmendriyas and jnanendriyas. So,
Hmm.
so it appears the truth. The
Hmm.
factuality is there here.
Come again, I did not hear you.
What I am saying is, there the visibility is there. Because we are experiencing, we are feeling it. So it's like that. Sometimes appears and it exists also, and it will go.
So what is a dream, according to you? Each one of you can answer what a dream is.
Okay. Dream is
Do we get dreams always, all through the night?
no. There are certain
No, madam.
Yeah. And the dream is like, it is a mind. The word I'm not getting. It is whatever the mind projection. Mind projection. So it comes. But it, as we, comes into the consciousness, then it disappears.
Instead of consciousness, we can say that as a waking state.
Waking state.
Waking state. Only when we go into deep state sleep, we get dreams. That too, the thoughts which is stored in our subconscious mind, they come as dreams for us, madam.
Yes, very rightly said. So dreams are nothing but projection of mind, as you said. What is dream according to you, Bhartish ji?
Ma'am, dream state means where we don't have the consciousness of about body, but we have aware of mind, what's going in the mind. We are not aware of body. When we aware about body and mind both, we will become what awake. It will become awakened state, I think so.
Correct.
That moment we are not aware of body, that will be in the dream state. Is it right, ma'am? Understand what I understood is right?
This is correct. What you said is correct. We'll go to the next step, deep sleep state also. When we get to know, then it will be clear. Sudhaji, what is your explanation about dream?
So,
do you get dreams?
Of course. Who doesn't dream? It's just that.
Don't you get dreams? There are phase of sleep where you don't get sleep. You don't get dreams.
But usually we don't remember much.
Yes.
Only a few these things, incidents we can remember. When we go into deep sleep only, we get dreams.
No, deep sleep is a little different from dream. Dream is different. Waking state is different. Deep sleep is a little different from dream.
Dreams.
Sudhaji,
We
so
used to get daydream also, ma'am.
What are you asking me, Kantiji?
Is there any phase of your sleep time where you don't get dreams? And what is dream according to you?
So the standard procedure actually that they say is that when your body and mind are all tired, exhausted with your daily chores, and then therefore you lie down to take rest, then your body comes down because your senses are coming down, and your senses are coming down because your mind is coming down. Then when all of these calm down, you go into a state of sleep. In the sleep, the first thing that happens is you drop your awake body, you drop it. But you again, mind also, it is not the mind that we have in our daily life. It is a different kind of mind there. That is what they probably call the subconscious mind. And in the subconscious mind, we have some impressions left that may be either of from some very intense experience that you had that day, something moved you intensely, or it may not be related at all to what happened that day. There is no pattern in your dreams. You can get any kind of dream, and in that dream, like Prabhuji said, sometimes you may fly, sometimes you may be a very strong person which you are not actually in this life. So the body that you assume in your dream is very different from the body that you actually have in the awake state, and the mind is also not the same mind. And after you finish whatever the dream state is, for whatever time it has to last, then there comes a state in your sleep which is called the deep sleep state, where there'll be no dreams, nothing happens, everything is withdrawn into itself, even consciousness is withdrawn into itself, and I alone exist over there. Which is why you're able to get up in the morning and say, I slept very well. You don't say, I slept very well when you're dreaming. It is when your dreams have stopped and you've gone to your deep sleep state, everything is disappeared, but you alone exist beyond time and space. That is when you feel you slept very well, and get up next day morning and recall it. You're not aware when it is happening, but you recall it. In retrospect, you say, I slept very well.
Very well said. This is something that's really important. You covered the deep sleep state also. That means to say that maybe the other three also can tell about what deep sleep is. That has been told in the talk itself. Geeta ji, what is deep sleep state?
Deep sleep is where we forget everything, no body, no mind.
You forget, that means you forget means?
There is no sense of body and mind.
Correct. Jayashree ji?
In the dream world, there is body, but the world disappears, madam. There is no outside world. In the deep sleep, waking mind, waking body disappears. Dream world, dream body disappears.
So in deep sleep state?
Pardon, madam?
Yes, repeat
deep
this.
Sleep, waking mind.
Correct. What you said is correct. How is the experience in deep sleep? What will be there? What will not be there? What you said is correct. You can continue that.
And in the dream sleep, another body is there. And no, madam, I didn't get the question properly.
No. How is it that deep sleep is different from dream? And see, we sleep. We know that we sleep, and we are not aware of many things that is happening outside. Say if the fan is running, this is summer, or maybe the wind is blowing outside, or some sound happens outside, we will not be aware when we are asleep. And we know dream means there is some story that happens in our mind. Okay, but we are not aware of our body. That is understood, right? So, but what is deep sleep?
Yes,
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ, as Sudhaji said, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ, ಎಚ್ಚರನೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅನುಭವ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದಾಗತ್ತೆ. So what is that experience? Why do we feel that? What is deep sleep? Is it deep sleep equal to dream? If at all I am getting dream, is it deep sleep?
No, both are different.
Both are different. So what is deep sleep? Should there be dream for deep sleep?
No, madam.
No. So dream should not be there.
Our mind will be at rest in deep sleep. We are not aware of that.
Correct.
And we will be very fresh after we sleep very well, madam. After deep sleep, after we wake up, we feel very fresh, and we don't remember anything at all.
So in dream, what happens?
In a dream, usually part by part, partially we remember, but not everything. our mind will be at work in the dream, but in deep sleep, our mind will also be at rest.
So you will not be aware of your body also. You will not be aware of the world also. You will
Yes,
not
ma'am.
dream also. Okay.
Uh,
So you're totally not aware of anything that is happening. Correct. In the deep sleep. So you feel
yes,
that you have taken very good rest with deep sleep. If at all you get dream, you think that if at all it is a very smooth and very happy one, we will not get affected. But if it is very saddening and very disturbing, you are not okay when you get up with a bad dream. Correct.
yes,
So that
madam.
means to say that the
Yes.
mind is very active and agitated there, even when you're sleeping. Your body is sleeping, but mind is working in dream. So in waking state, your body is working, though it is working internally, all the internal organs are working. The blood has to pump the heart has to pump the blood, the oxygen has to exchange in the lungs, all those are happening. But only thing is, we are not aware of the body in our sleep with dream. In dream, we are aware of the thoughts, or we are aware of the mind that is being, maybe subconscious mind acts. Maybe the day,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
maybe whatever emotionally I am disturbed with, or maybe something that is not completed, some thought process that is not completed appears as dream. So I am hurt, that comes, or I'm not okay, I'm afraid of something, that comes in my dream. Maybe it may not be the same exact incident that might come, but it can be something else. It may be similar, but something else comes, which is not, which may not be related, but still that element of emotion, that emotional maybe fear or disturbed feeling happens within us in a dream. But with
Yes,
deep
ma'am.
sleep, you are not aware of anything. That means all this mind or this body. Am I breathing? Do you know when you are asleep? Do you know how many can you do deep breath? Or are you aware of maybe when I've already slept, can I move my hand? Am I aware of the body? No.
No,
So
madam.
dream is different. That is dream, as you said, correctly said, dream mind is active. In the wakeful state, now the body is active, the mind is also active. Deep
Right.
sleep is, as you said, the mind is not active, the body is also not active, there is no dream, there is emptiness. There are not emptiness, there is nothing at all. We are not aware of anything that is objective. Bhartish ji, you can tell me what you understand from deep sleep.
Deep sleep is nothing but there is no thought process is going on, and there is no mind, so we experiencing nothing. When thought flows and when we aware of that, it will become dream. That's
Okay. What is it that doesn't change in deep sleep state? That is one thing that doesn't change.
that is the self.
Self. So how do you understand self from waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state?
The self, when self is plus this thought comes, it becomes what dream state.
Hmm.
The self thoughts also be self be aware of thoughts, and body it's become awaken waking state.
Hmm. Come again. Let me know it
Means
clearly.
your question is, ma'am,
What doesn't change in the deep sleep state? What is constantly present in deep sleep or waking state or your dream state?
the self.
Self, you said.
uh,
So how do you identify that?
we cannot identify, ma'am. It is not an object, no identify.
Very good.
That itself is that what that actually I am myself is going that we cannot. If I am perceiving that, then something there is I different and that self is different.
Hmm.
I am not perceiving that, so that itself me.
Okay. So in which state do you feel this?
In all state I will, but in deep state we experience much more.
Correct, correct. So, see, now that we are talking from this body or the mind, we will have to explain it by taking it different. As you said, when you're one with the self, you cannot see it as object. So, in deep sleep state, the I or the self is the same as your body or the mind. So, there is nothing else other than the self. So, but in dream, what happens? How is self seen, or is the
Self is it is seeing that self is aware of that thoughts. It is experiencing all that what, as you said, in the subconscious what are we experience all this thing. It is gone through all those scenes.
hmm, hmm, okay,
As you,
quite well only you've understood and you're explaining. Sudhaji, you can tell about what is the Atma or the self with respect to dream state, the waking state, and deep sleep.
So self or Atma, as Prabhuji explained, is the sense of I-ness. And this I-ness as existence. Existence means it is there, beyond time, beyond space. So it is, I-ness is there in the waking state. How is I-ness there in the waking state? My mind is there. My mind gets the thought. It activates my senses, and my senses convey the image to my limbs, and my limbs act on it. So this whole process is going on. Thought, senses, and body, all three respond. When this process is going on, there is a feeling at the side that says, I am walking, I am angry, I am shouting, I am cooking. So this I-ness is identifying with this Sudha or this body or this mind and doing this work. So that is how you experience I-ness as the limited mind and body in your waking state. In your dream state, this body goes to sleep, the dream body comes up, and then there is a dream mind also. I don't think it is the same mind, because the thoughts are completely different in our dream, and the feelings and the way we experience everything is very different in our dream. So in the dream you have a different body and you have a different mind, but there also there is an I-ness. So that I-ness is I am experiencing, and you want to know it is a dream. You will think that it is I. I am being chased by the tiger, or I am I have won the lottery and I have got the money. So there also there is an I-ness which identifies with your body and mind, but which are dream body and dream mind. When the dreams are over, and then everything is silent, your mind withdraws it into itself, senses withdraw into itself, body is completely at rest, consciousness has no more role to play, everything withdraws into itself, then I alone exists. Now how does this I alone exist? It always, I is existence, to be. That is the nature of I-ness, to be. And to be is beyond time and beyond space. Anything that is beyond time and beyond space, that is not identified with a body, whether it is a waking body or a dream body or a dream mind or a waking mind, when it is not identified with the limited and the finite, then there is immense bliss. And that is the bliss which we experience in our deep sleep, and get up next day morning and say, I slept very well. That sleeping very well is because only the I-ness is left, and I-ness is existence, that is Sat, that original quality of Paramatma.
Yes, really very well explained, Sudhaji. The thing is, I exist in waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. Only thing, that we should know is that is the foundation of all the three states. That is not changing, unchanging reality. That is the existence, as you rightly put, and very well you could explain it. And maybe why do we feel after waking from a very deep sleep very happy? After waking from a deep sleep, you are really happy. Why is it that you could connect to the self? There were no, it is, we have seen all these while it's the mind that obstructs us in connecting ourselves to the self. So that ego comes into picture. So that is the reason why we are not, maybe the ego, the mind are the obstacles. So in deep sleep, none of these are there. So that is how I am blissful, as you said. So that blissful experience happens, and even after waking, we will just remember. And the moment that you are awake, you can easily connect to the self. So that is what, as soon as you get up every day, that moment that you're still not completely awake, you should connect to the self. You should keep trying this so that one or the other day we can just experience that. Though it is beyond experience, still we, in our way of communication, will have to say that it is experience. So experiencing self can happen. Maybe if we have had a very deep sleep, and the moment you are awake, you can know that it is connection, or you're still not in, the world has not appeared, the body has not appeared, the mind has not appeared, but you're still blissful there. That moment can be caught. Okay. Now that the time is 9:17, there are 2-3 questions. Should we have to continue, or shall we continue in the next class? However you say.
I would prefer next class.
Next class. Okay, fine. So,
yeah, just I would like to add up one thing.
Hmm.
When we are feeling in that bliss state, in the deep sleep, I think we can call it as a samadhi state. Like, we are achieving that samadhi experience.
Samadhi, not during deep sleep, right? Samadhi is when you're awake, then you can call that as, it is deep sleep basically. Deep sleep cannot be samadhi. Correct, no?
It's a kind of a state, no, ma'am? Because in the deep sleep also, in samadhi state also, we will go into a wide
but
kind of
samadhi is, you will have to
aware.
Yes.
You mean you are saying we have to, in samadhi state we are in awareness of total body and mind? Is that?
You are not aware, but you are aware. You are not in the waking state, but still you are in the Jagrat Sushupti is also there, no? Say
Yes.
you are in your state. That is deep sleep means the mind is not working. Yes, I agree that mind is not working. Then body awareness is not there. Nothing is there, but still it is only the consciousness. That also we are not aware. We are not aware of anything. And while after getting up also, we will not be knowing what has happened during the deep sleep. Only that feeling, if at all we connect, we can know. Otherwise, we will start off with the whole world that has appeared, and we continue with it. But samadhi is maybe during meditation, or during maybe self-inquiry, that you say that Ramana Maharshi, you follow Ramana Maharshi's self-inquiry. Then samadhi is something, you can say you are aware, you're not aware of the thoughts. You are observing the thoughts, or you're not aware of the thoughts at all. Then that can be maybe that state wherein you are peaceful inside. That is what may be samadhi. Now, deep sleep is different from samadhi. Maybe we can discuss more about this deep sleep and samadhi in the next class.
Sure.
Okay. We can take some examples, and we can have more discussions on this, because this itself is really the big thing that we need to understand, we need to experience, we need to follow it.
Ma'am?
Can I just add a point, Kantiji?
Ma'am?
Yes. Yes, I couldn't hear you.
Bhartesh, would you like to speak? Yeah, you go ahead.
Ma'am, is it samadhi is they are consciously going into that state,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
but
Our
in the
effort is there.
our effort, but in the self not in much
Deep
effort,
sleep.
but it's we are consciously doing, but no
Yes.
effort.
Yes.
But in deep sleep, it has to happen. It has to
It
naturally happen.
happened by itself.
Well, sometimes it happens, sometimes, but there is no our effort.
Correct.
Uh,
Samadhi also, when you reach the samadhi state, there is no effort actually.
uh,
It happens. There also it
It's
happens.
effortless.
Samadhi.
Yes, it happens. That's it. We don't
Ah,
have any efforts in samadhi state also.
hmm, hmm.
But our physical body is there, madam. During samadhi, physical body is present, but our mind only goes into samadhi state.
Even in
But
deep
in the
sleep, our
dream,
physical body is there, no?
we are not experiencing it. In a
Even
dream
in
state,
samadhi, you will
we
not be
don't
experiencing.
experience it.
Ah,
But we'll be there. It is
yes.
a deeper knowledge is required, and study is also required to understand this.
Yes, yes.
When you
Very
when you know more points on meditation, you'll understand it better, madam.
yes, yes. So we must strive hard to practice it and then experience it, and then, uh, if possible, till not be in the blissful state of samadhi. You wanted to add something, Sudhaji?
Yeah, just this discussion on samadhi. What I think the important difference is that when you go into deep sleep and there is only the I-ness, at that point when you're in deep sleep, you are not aware of yourself as I. There's no awareness. There's no awareness. In your deep sleep, you don't know who you are. You don't know if you're the I or you're the body or you're the dream body. You have nothing. You are just, I is existing, but there's no awareness of the I. You can't say you are not aware because there's no more you over there. I alone exists. And the thing is, there's no awareness of that I-ness. But in samadhi, which is a kind of meditation, as all meditations are, they are initially with lot of effort. The effort is to calm your mind, ignore your thoughts, and remember that you're not the mind, body, or energy, and you are just I-ness itself. So after long practice, what happens is the mind comes down, but you are aware that you are, there's I-ness. There's an awareness of that I-ness. So that is the samadhi, and not having the awareness of the I-ness is the deep sleep state.
So you don't see it as an object. I is not an object, but you're one with it is what is deep sleep. So deep sleep state is what we will have to be getting in the wakeful state. So that is what we will have to work towards. Because this is the effort that we are putting. The sadhana has to happen. Because we are not Ramana Maharshi, we are not the people who can, who have that. We have to put the effort. So for that, at least understanding is what is needed. So what is samadhi? Very well brought out by each of you, that what samadhi is and what deep sleep is, how you can understand. And this can be understood in depth, and it alone is a different, maybe you can have one session for deep sleep alone, samadhi alone. This is just introduction to what has been given. How to understand about this? Okay, deep sleep is there, dream state is there, then samadhi. Let us just it is what Geetaji brought in, the wakeful state. So what I feel as, if at all I don't have not come into this path at all, wakeful state is the only thing that I understand. If I get dream, oh, I got this dream. That is what I feel. Nothing else apart from that. But here there are three states wherein I can understand something that is constantly present. That is the self or the Atma that is present constantly as the foundation. That is what is to be understood. What is it? The true nature that is within me, or I am existing because of that. And it is the Atma or the self or the existence that is there in all of us. But we are finding it segregated. I am different from Sudhaji, I am different from Bharatish ji, Geeta ji, or Jayashri ji. So this concept is that because of our limitation to the body and the mind. So when there is no limitation of space and time, then we can realize this. So at least we have come here to understand this as at the knowledge level, and then deep dive into how to apply it. Though these are all conceptual, and we may or we may not experience, and we may experience, but we may not understand also. But this is how it goes about. So understanding, and then Sathya, Mithya, and Asatya. 3 things comes. Maybe we will take that in the next class, because that itself will take another 15-20 minutes. Okay. So though we have discussed all those Sathya, Mithya, and Asatya, still segregating this sleep, the deep sleep, then the dream, and waking state. Here only there are so many doubts. It appears and it disappears. Which is Mithya? The understanding of Mithya, the world is Mithya itself, is something, it's just a conceptual understanding. How is it when everything is existing here, I'm seeing, I can understand from the knowledge point of view that through Atma, I'm seeing everything. But am I the one? I amness. Am I in that? So have I realized the self? That is where we will have to go. So this is the conceptual understanding, wherein world is Mithya, is to be understood, and then we can know that, okay, dream, comparing the world and the dream, how it is. Yes, it appears and disappears, but in wakeful state, the world appears, then it disappears. It's a different body in the dream state. So all those are conceptual understanding for the first time. You keep on recollecting it, and then taking it in, then we can understand, maybe a little clarity each time we can get. So it was a very good discussion, wherein it was in depth. We were going very deep into these discussions. This is how we can learn. It will be helpful to me also. Maybe somewhere some concepts are not clear to me also. Then you will be helping me in understanding that and having the clarity. If I don't know, I can get to know from my mentors and Guruji, and then get it clarified. It was a really nice session, and each of us hope you're doing a very sincere work on yourself, and then coming prepared for this class, and making it really, we are moving forward in this direction of sadhana. So let us close.
Yes, madam. And what you said was true. We are also helping ourselves. With your help, we are going forward.
No, there's a lot of improvement for us also, for me also, rather. Because each question that is asked, I will have to think deeply, and then only can I answer. It's not the ready-made answer that I will have. So,
Madam, I think it is better if you post the questions when you post things.
no,
When you
why
give the
I
link.
don't post is, it will be like preparing only for the sake of questions. It should come from within. Understanding is what is more important than rather answering the question. That is not, maybe not judging you by whether you are answering correctly or not. That is not the intention behind this. Only thing is, that's why I'm try to make all the questions very practical. Though some of them have to be understood. What is Satya, Mithya, Asatya has to be understood as a concept itself at this level. So posting the questions, I don't personally prefer that. Maybe it may be easy for answering sake, but understanding sake only for that particular, maybe if at all you get some other question, you can discuss here. Okay, it's not only for, say maybe I have 10 questions, whatever questions I would have written, maybe I wouldn't have asked also. I would have asked something else. That is how it is. Because during the flow of the session, no, you will have to skip so many questions that I've written, I've not asked today. Sincerely, I'll tell you. Because we did not move in the flow at all today. Like how Guruji has talked, so many things were skipped. And again, it was compensation. That's why next class, whatever is skipped, I will be covering it up. So that's why questions, I don't think it is preferred to, maybe if we don't answer also, it's okay. Learning is more important. Application is most important.
Most important, definitely.
So that is something that we can rely on rather than answering or not answering. Only thing is understanding. Maybe what Guruji has told is something that we understand for one time when we listen. Second time you listen, you will have some other understanding. You just try
That
it
is true,
for yourself.
madam. That's when you ask questions also, that is how we feel confused. We think this is right and that is right, and we try to make our own answers, and it takes time. And sometimes we go blank. That's
No,
what
that's
I ask for.
absolutely okay, ma'am. Don't feel bad for that, or don't feel anything. It's okay to be like that. So you're understanding then and there, applying it, and then telling. That's all. Each of us are different. So I am like this. That is what is needed, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So you are telling it very well. With experience, you speak. That is more important. You are speaking from your experience, not simply from the book that you have written or after having listened to the talk. So you apply yourself there and then you're speaking. That's why you take more time. That's all is the thing. Maybe your age also is matters. You're answering so well with your age and with your experience. That is something that this group is blessed with. Okay, let us just finish it.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Ma'am,
If it is a question to be answered, maybe you can put it in the WhatsApp group because it's already 9:33.
True, ma'am. True.
Huh?
Actually,
so that we can.
Just half a minute I'll take. Actually, ma'am, in the dream state also, I think the dream state also has some other dimension, ma'am. We live in the parallel world. So as a soul, is a multidimensional being. So the dream state also, it is living in a parallel world. So this also concept is there, ma'am, and when we discuss next class, just we will ponder some time on this point also, if it is permittable with your permission.
No, because the concepts which are confusing, if we start off in the initial text itself, then the understanding of other things that can be applied easily. See, Shamadama and all can be applied very easily. These are all vague concepts wherein understanding has to be in depth and it takes time for us to understand. Right? So it's better that we stick on to the talk and rather than deviating from so much from what is not in the talk. So what Shankaracharya has given and what Guruji has simplified that and given to us, it is better if we stick on to that rather than going in depth about something that is not in the this framework. Because that itself can take a discussion for months together.
Correct.
Right. So there is some focus here and we will be following that. That would always be better. Otherwise, we start to get confused and then we will lose whatever foundational concepts that we have already understood. We will lose the track. So let us just try on with Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha. All those can be easily applied and understood. Okay. So let us just conclude this with the prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ. ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಸತ್ಯದರ್ಶನಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪರಾತ್ಪರಾ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪರಂಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಶಿವೋಸ್ಮ್ಯಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ.